everyone. I hope you are all doing well. I am Sagar from NIT Jamshedpur, and today I am the host of this post placement talk produced by bsquad in association with NIT Jamshedpur Frustration. So today we have a guest, Divya Lakshmi from NIT Jamshedpur, final year student, who is going to talk about her interview experience. And she got offer from Toshiba, and the role she got offered is associate software engineer. So please, junior, do listen to this interview experience, and this is gonna help you in your upcoming placement. And from my personal experience, I believe that I also listened to some experience that helped me a lot in my placement. So now I'm going to add Shivam, which is going to talk with Divya about her experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Sagar.
Hello,
Hi.
Shivam. Hello, Divya.
Hi.
Okay.
First of all,
Hi.
welcome to our channel, Divya, and
Thank
many come.
you.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Yeah, sure. So I'll review to both of you. Okay.
Okay. Okay, Sagar. Yeah. Hi, Divya.
Hi.
Okay. So, lots of congratulations to you for Toshiba.
Thank you.
Okay. So, okay, let's start with a brief introduction.
My name is Divya Lakshmi, and I'm currently studying at National Institute of Technology, Jamshedpur. And my branch is Electronics and Communication Engineering. And currently, I'm in Ranchi.
Okay. So, this is very good to hear it from you. So, I would like to know, like, what Toshiba does. Like, what is the role offered by Toshiba to you, and give some overview about the company.
So the role I applied for is basically software engineer, associate software engineer, and it is basically electronics. The main field of the company is basically electronics, but currently it is switching in software department too. So
Okay.
basically, yeah, I applied for the software part because I think that is my software part is better. So I applied
Okay, so
for software.
basically, it is a the role offered by Toshiba was associate software developer, like I think.
Yeah, it was basically software developer.
Okay, so can you explain me the application process and the eligibility criteria that Toshiba wants from the student of an IDM Jamshedpur?
So the application process it was on campus तो मुझे बस भरना था मैं
Mhm.
एलिजिबल थी क्योंकि 7 CGPA और 7.5 CGPA I don't remember correctly.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's CGPA criteria and no backlog criteria. Other than that, branch eligibility which was generally CS, EC and Triple E. So मैं eligible थी. Other than that, I guess there is CV shortlisting too. So
Okay,
that's it.
okay. So can you explain me like कितने rounds थे total, or can you explain part by part?
Okay. So there were total 6 rounds, including HR.
Okay,
So basically, in the written round, very basic questions were asked. It was mostly from code snippets and all those time complexities. MCQs were there, and one coding question, which was pretty easy. It was based on string.
okay,
So if you do data structure and algorithm on regular basis, it wouldn't be hard for you. It was very easy. And there were a few on numerical too in the MCQ, and that's how the written test was. Total, I guess, 12 people were selected. Then there was first round. In the first round, my interviewer basically asked me all coding question. It was pure coding questions, and it covered from like string, linked list, and sorting algorithms. So
okay,
if you are doing, as I told before, if you are practicing DSA and algo, it is pretty easy. I answered all, and
okay,
yeah, it was very good. So after first round, I guess out of 12, only 4 or 3 were selected. And then second round, just asked me technical questions on C and C++, and Yeah, all those operating system questions, and it was also pretty easy. After which I was given the opportunity to sit in third round. So in third round, they asked from like anywhere. I was caught off guard in third round,
Yeah,
so I wouldn't say I performed well, but yeah, it was like from my subject only. But since I was practicing CS subject for like 3 4 months, so I kind
yeah,
of have vague memory of my subject currently. So it was basically microcontroller and processor, embedded system, digital signal processing, and all. So yeah, it was very tough and grilling too. After which only I was the candidate, but still they took like 1 month. No, no, sorry, not 1 month, 1 week to give me the opportunity to sit in fourth round.
okay,
It was also kind of hard, but I kind of from the third round I kind of realized that they are going to ask me from my subjects, so I kind of revised it, have a review of all my subjects, which
yeah,
basically microcontroller and processor, digital signal processing, and all those subjects. Not too depth because I don't have that much time. So
okay,
yeah, the fourth round was very nice. It went well. In that round too, they asked me all the coding questions and CS fundamental too. So it was long too.
yeah,
What I was asked in the coding question was basically circularly linked list. I have to implement all from the insertion to deletion, all sort of criterias. I did it because, yeah, I kind of practice it daily.
yeah.
So, and then the
So,
technical
like you
questions
have
on C and
mentioned,
C++.
like you have, okay, like you have mentioned, ki, there were 5 rounds. Like it was a long journey
Yeah,
for you.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
can you
They even
mention like
asked
what?
me.
Yeah. So, can you mention ki, what was the overall experience that you have gained from this interview session?
Oh, well, you need to be, good at DSA. First
Yeah.
thing, most important thing, that you need to be good at DSA. Then you should have basic C fundamentals and C++ fundamentals. And like they generally ask basic things, so it won't be hard if just, you have those things.
Mm.
Then you should be aware of your subjects, especially microcontroller and processor. Like they asked too
Okay.
many questions in this part. I was totally caught off guard, especially for microcontroller and processor. So that is all. If you have this much, I'm sure you will be able to crack it very
Okay. Like
easily, like way too.
the viewers want some key. Like you can give. Can you suggest some specific topics that this company wants? Like students should be prepared for that.
So they all like if you have machine learning and Python along with C, then
Okay.
you have a major plus point. Like they were kind of asking about machine learning in almost every interview. But since I haven't done it, the machine learning and Python, so I had to go for 5 rounds. That's why I'm saying that if you had done like machine learning or Python, it is a major plus point. That's what I get the hint. And microprocessor and controller. These things they emphasize a lot, like microprocessor and controller, Python, C, and machine learning. If you have
Okay.
these four what subjects, then you'll be able to do it. It won't be hard.
Okay. ओके तो
Yeah.
दिव्या तुमने बताया कि जैसे तुमने डीएसए पे बहुत मतलब बेसिक तुम्हारा स्ट्रांग था तुमने बहुत अच्छे से मतलब सारे आंसर्स
Yeah.
दिए कंपनी इंटरव्यूअर्स को तो मेरे को ये बताओ कि ये स्ट्रैटेजी जो तुमने बना के रखा था मतलब कि तुमको कैसे प्रिपेयर करना है डीएसए पार्ट फिर तुम्हारा ओएस पार्ट फिर उप्स पार्ट तो ये स्ट्रैटेजी तुमने कब बनाया और कैसे बनाया मतलब पूरा रोड मैप मेरे को थोड़ा व्यूअर्स को बताओ
So, I had kind of a in our subject there was DSA, but I wasn't serious at that time about, going into software field. I started getting serious in my second half of the third year. Yeah,
ओके
that was the time. It was very late. I knew that. So I had to start from the scratch. I was like, what is this? What sort of code is this? I couldn't understand a single thing. It was
Yeah.
pretty hard for me, but yeah, I had to keep the I have to be patient at that time. I just at first listened to whatever they were trying to convey in the videos. I started off from videos, whichever are available on YouTube, mostly the famous one like Aditya Verma or Tech
Okay.
Dose or Amanda Tarwal, all sort of videos I watched. And I think I have hardly watched एनी मिस देश मतलब मैं बोल सकती हूँ कि कुछ ही होगा जो नहीं हम जिसको किए होंगे, वो
Means
तो
you have
सबने
played these
देख लिए थे,
videos
सबसे
in
पहले
a
हम
loop.
वीडियो ही देखते थे. या
Okay.
इन कंटिन्यूस मैनर लाइक फॉर 6 months I only watched videos. Take then I started doing some projects. For that, I started web development in, I guess, March and April time. So it was also my end sem of the semester. It was, I guess, sixth or fifth. I don't remember. Yeah, fifth
Yeah.
semester. So yeah, at that time I started doing web development, and I started with with Harry's video. Yeah, it
Okay.
was like he explained in Hindi, so it is very easy for me to understand. And yeah, implementation too. So I did the whole course. It was 103 videos. But
Okay.
yeah, it was easy, and that made me very comfortable with the language of JavaScript and CSS and HTML. And then I switched to projects. Yeah, I made projects, a lot of projects from base. First I started doing minor projects, after which I did major projects, which include React too.
Okay.
So yeah, I did React too. So this was in between like April to September and August. Then again I switched to DSA, and this time I was pretty serious about it. Like I coded it in
Okay,
my
okay,
computer
Divya, just
ID.
tell me like वो मतलब डीएसए ये सब तो इम्पोर्टेंट है इंटरव्यू के समय,
Yes,
तो
yes.
प्रोजेक्ट कितना उसी के मतलब लेवल में कितना इम्पोर्टेंट है इंटरव्यू के समय में, मतलब प्रोजेक्ट जो
Okay,
करते हैं हम
so
लोग तो वो कितना
yeah.
इम्पोर्टेंट है.
Huh. So generally, whichever company I used to apply, they generally ask from JavaScript and web development projects. But Toshiba, they didn't care about that.
ओके.
They asked about my core subject project.
ओके.
So yeah, so that was they were more focused on. As I told, it is hardware, hardware company. That's why I think that if you have a few code related subjects, especially including microprocessor and controller in it, then it will be beneficial because they are going to ask that only. Other than that, if you don't, they are not going to ask about that. But I did it, so I answered it. So
ओके.
that's kind of was regrettable that
या.
if they would have asked, it would have been a major plus too. But rest of the company I applied, they asked about web development projects in a very detail. So
मीन्स
yeah.
प्रोजेक्ट्स आर इक्वली इम्पोर्टेंट एज कंपेयर्ड टू डीएसए पार्ट
Yeah,
इन इंटरव्यू.
yeah. Uh,
ओके.
if we are going for Toshiba, you need to do the core subject.
कोर
As I
प्रोजेक्ट्स या.
told, they emphasize a lot on microprocessor. So if you have any project including microprocessor and machine learning, it will be like a major hit. Yeah,
इट विल बी अ प्लस पॉइंट.
and like extremely.
या. या.
Yeah.
सो दिव्या, तुम ये बता सकते हो लाइक कैन यू गिव सम टिप्स, प्रो टिप्स लाइक टू क्रैक एनी टाइप ऑफ इंटरव्यू फॉर द स्टूडेंट्स.
Okay. So, what I analyzed through my journey is that you need to be very good at DSM and practice it daily. And there are standard questions like 350 DSS sheet of love bubble. If you're doing it, you'll get to be very comfortable in DSA if you started doing that. Okay. Then there is operating system and DVMS and computer network and oops. Oops is very important too. Like oops is like major. First do it. First complete the oops because it is going to be asked in every interview, like every and in detail too. So and if you're answering oops question, give examples too. It will be a make a good impact. And That's four subject: OOPS, operating system, computer networks, and DBMS. Other than that, DSA. If you have these things, any interview, is crackable very easily.
Okay. So can you suggest like is there need for patience? Like patience is the most important part in placement
Oh,
session.
yeah,
So can you tell me
yeah,
about that?
yeah, yeah. So I would say suggest that you should be deeply, extremely patient. I was like sitting in written or many written examination I couldn't crack, like it was very tough, but gradually I kind of get accustomed, and gradually it begin to bear fruit. There
Yeah.
were many interviews too where I wasn't successful, and I thought like, oh my god, I don't know how I'm going to be placed. And it was the like I couldn't even expect, like it was so depressing at times, like I want to give up everything. And you cannot expect immediate result. You need to like put lot of efforts. At the same time, be patient and just focus on learning. At first I just ignored everything, I just learned, I focused on learning, after which I started being focus on the companies which way I was
Yeah.
going to apply. But first thing first, you need to first learn everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
After
So
which
at
you
last,
just need to revise. Revision is
yeah,
very important.
very important. Yeah. At last, any other suggestions?
So there are many interview questions too in Geeks for Geeks archive. So they can go and see the pattern, like which area they're going to ask the most. Some companies generally ask difficult questions on DSN algorithms, and some ask on more like technical stuffs like CS fundamentals, and
Yeah.
some focus on projects area. So you need to be kind of aware, because at the end of the day you need to revise, and you cannot revise everything. So you
Everything.
just
Yeah.
need to revise the thing which is going to be asked the most. So for that I will suggest that you could go and check the archive of that particular company if there is any.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Thank you, Divya. It was very good to listen from you.
yeah, yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Divya and Shiva.
Yeah. Thank you, Sagar.
Thank you.
And Divya, your experience is definitely going to help our junior in their upcoming placement. And
Hope it
once again,
will.
yeah, once again, congratulations, Divya, for this offer.
Thank
Okay,
you. Thank
thank
you.
you.